Good morning, my dear students. A very hearty welcome to my channel. In today's class, we are going to see how queues are created. You already have studied about queues, and hence today we are going to see one practical application of queues. So let's move on. So this is the question. Write a program to perform insert and delete operations on a queue containing members. Member details consist of member ID, member name and member age. So we can take member ID as M01, M02 and so on. Then we have the member name. So this is the simple name of a person and we have the member age. So we will be using queues. We will be implementing this member detail in the form of a queue. So let's see how we can do that. So the very first thing which we need over here is member details. So let us take the case of a member, and every member we will be representing it in the form of a dictionary now. So we will be integrating dictionaries in our program. So it would be something like this: mem ID, mem name, and age. So this is one dictionary object, and we would be creating a linear list consisting of many such dictionary objects, each representing one member. This is member M02, this is member M03 and so on. So this is how we are going to do this question. So let us start. First I will create a new file and I will save it, and the very first thing which I am going to do is start with creation of the global area. As we know that queue contains rear and front, so we are going to take rear as none and front also as none. Rear represents the end of the queue and front represents the beginning of the queue. And you also know that in a queue, insertions they take place from the rear end and deletions take place from the front end, and these are the members. So insertions will take place from here and they are also known as NQ operations, and deletions are also known as DQ operations. So deletions are always done from the front of the queue. So I've already explained queue in details. Link is in the description. You can check it from there and you can first understand. If you have not watched that video, please visit my channel and watch that video first, and then you will be able to understand what we are doing over here. So queue rear is none and front is also none, and now we will create the menu. Insert, first one is insert new member, second one is delete a member, fourth one is display members, and final one is peak that is display the value of front and rear, and finally we will be having exit. That is, if the user enters any value which is not between 1 and 4, then it will exit. And for doing all this, we will be having while true, that is an infinite loop. So this will keep on executing till the user wants, and hence now we will be asking for the choice from the user. Enter your choice. So if choice is equal to 1, that means we are going to do enqueue operation. I'll be writing pass everywhere for the time being, because as and when we go on in creating functions, we will keep inserting code here. So dequeue, the third one is display, that is traverse, peak, and else it will be break, that is exit the loop. So now this is it. We are going to first start with our very first function, that is enqueue. So def enqueue. First we have queue, then we will be having the element which we have to insert, rear and front. So first thing is, if the entire queue is empty. So if the queue is empty, now there is no limitation on up to how many elements you can add, because lists are dynamic structures in Python, and they go on increasing and adjusting their size dynamically, automatically, okay, till the virtual memory runs out on your computer. So that is why we don't need to worry about this. In case it happens, we will be seeing it through some exception handling later on. But right now we don't need to give any such statement. So we are only checking whether if the list is empty, if the queue is empty, that means there is nothing in the list and rear and front are still set to none. So we need to first give them some initial values. So their values will become 0. That is, it shows that there is only one element in the queue. So I'll just show it to you practically. In the beginning, when rear and front, they both are none. When you when you insert at least one element into the queue, then both rear and front have to be pointing to this location. So both rear and front have to be assigned the value 0. Else, we can simply write rear plus equal to 1 and queue dot append element. That is, just increment the value of rear by 1, because once there is at least one element in the queue. This is your queue. If there is at least one element in the queue, then you can simply add the another element over here. Okay, and you only need to change the value of rear. It will become 1. Front will keep on pointing to 0. Front will be pointing to 0, but rear will be pointing to 1. This way, if you insert another value, then again rear will only change for during enqueue operation. So front will remain as it is. Front will only change when dequeue operation is there and when we are inserting elements for the very first time. So this is it. We have changed the value of rear, we have changed the value of front, and now we will return the value of rear and front in the form of a tuple. Return a tuple containing rear and front. because multiple values can be returned in Python using tuples, hence we have created a tuple over here. We will also define dequeue operation, queue, rear and front. If queue is already empty, that means there is nothing in the queue to delete. Queue is empty. So queue is empty. And over here we can write element equals none. Elif there is at least one element in the queue. At least one element is there in the queue. That means if I delete that one element, it shows that there is only one element A or any element, and that is itself the front as well as the rear. So if I delete this element from the queue, then both front and rear should be reset back to none. So for this purpose only I am going to write front comma rear equals none. And once this is done, we are going to, you can also write it in this way, front equals rear equals none. So both front and rear will have none in it, and we will be first taking up element. So element equals q dot pop. Now pop from where? Anything which is at the beginning, that is pop. We have to pop elements only from the beginning of the list. Okay, so either you write 0 or yes, we will be writing 0 over here. So the element which is right in the beginning, that will be popped. Else, if there are more than one elements in the queue, that is this is the queue, then we can simply pop an element, that is pop the element from the beginning, and we can reset front, but rear will not be changed. So front plus equal to 1 element equals q dot pop 0. That's it. And we will be returning what? We will be returning element, rear and front. So all the three things we are going to return back. Now we will be defining the traverse function. So we have q, rear and front. If q is empty, that means there is nothing to display. Else we will be writing for I in range, or instead of that I can simply write for element in queue, because it will take up each element. Print. Now for this printing also we can simply write, because everything is in the form of a dictionary, so I can write it this way: member ID which will be element, and mem ID So we can do it. We can do one thing. We can write it in a proper way. So I'm just going to change the line. Print member name element mem name, and finally print age of member. So this is how we will be printing the values for element in Q. So our basic structure is done. Now we come back to NQ operation over here. Now as you can see, we don't need rear and front, so we can just remove that. And let's copy this NQ first so that we can simply paste it in the function call. So here it is, and because it will be returning a tuple, so it will be tup_q equals NQ. And now from here I can extract rear, and we'll just check which one is the first one. Yes, it is rear. So I'll be writing here tup_q 0, which is my rear, and front equals tup_q 1. And I will print, okay, here I can print, or because I already have a peek function, so I'll be making use of that. So simple. And then next is DQ operation. So I have to, okay, when I missed out on a very important statement, that is I didn't ask for the element from the user. So first we need to ask for the element. So let's create the element over here. Member ID equals, I'm going to use input function, enter the member ID. Member name equals input, enter the member name, and age input, and write int input, enter the age of member, and I will write element equals first is mem id, and the value given will be member id, or I can simply write dict element mem id equals member id, element member name, that is mem name, equals member name, and element age equals age, simple age. Okay, so this is how we have created the element, and we are sending it to the function. So this is very important here. Now after this dq operation has to be there, so again simply tup_q equals dq, and let's first copy all the values of dq here. So rear and front, and because this is also going to return the element rear and front. So the first one will be the element. So I'm writing here, instead of element, let me take it as member equals tup_q 0, which will give me the element. Then second is rear, one, and front equals, and I will print deleted member info. So what is the deleted member info? I will copy the display part. So I'm just going to copy this display part, and I'm going to print it over here. So instead of element, I'm going to replace this by member. So what happens is the element which is deleted, it is also deleted it is in the form of a dictionary containing the three values, that is member ID, member name, and age. So after that popped element comes out of the function, we are going to extract individual data items from there. So we have extracted the individual data items and also printed them, and now within peek function, within traverse and peek, we are going to write the rest of the statements. So traverse will be simply, I am going to pass the q there. So the q will be printed. So I am simply going to write a print statement here. Queue of members. That's it. And finally in peek, I am going to write front and rear. So it would be print front is what front, and print rear is what rear. So this is it. Our program is complete, and let's run it and see. So first insert a new member. So let me first write here insert member ID M01. Okay, insert a new member. Let's display the members. Okay, so we don't have anything, that there might be some error in the program. So let's see what is the error. So the error is this statement over here, which is actually indented inside, and hence it will be executed only when there is at least one element in the queue, because this else part will be executed only when queue is non-empty. So let us shift this back, and let's now again execute this. I'm entering the first value, and let's display. Yes, so we can see the first member over here. We are going to insert more values. Let's display. Yes, so you can see two values over there. You can insert an extra blank line to differentiate between members also. And let's display. Yes, so we have three members in the group. Let us execute the peek. So you can see 0, front is 0 and rear is 2. Why? Because we have created three dictionary. We have created three dictionary objects. The first one is for Amit Raj. The second one is the second member, that is Kavita Kushwaha, and the third one is Ravi Shukla. So the first one is for Amit Raj, that is M01, second one is for M02, and third one is for M03. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So front is 0, as you can see over here, and rear is what? 2. So when you insert, now if I insert one more member here, and you display it, so we have, you can see that now the rear has become what? 4. Sorry, it has become 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. That is 4 elements are there in the queue. Let us try to perform the dequeue operation by deleting a member. There is an error, so let's check the error first. List indices must be integers or slices. So let's check what is the error. So the problem was this statement, which you can see over here. Tup_q equals, only a tuple has been created. The function has not been called. So we need to first insert the name of the function which is to be called. And now we will be printing the statements. So we'll run it. So we are just going to insert the values, three different values I am entering here. And let us display the values. So these are the values which are displayed, and let us delete. So first element is deleted. Let us display. So you can see that the first element which was inserted first, it was enqueued first, and it was also the first one to be deleted, that is dequeued also. If we just write peak, so front is 1 and rear is 2. We delete the next member and we peak it. So now there is only one element which you can see over here. If I delete this element also, then my queue will be empty. So this is how we will be solving this question.